So, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So, today, I will discuss Module 5, 5.2, Learners with Diverse Abilities and Background. Students with disabilities. The growth of special education in the Philippines has been given a relatively good support all these years, both by the government, non-government organizations, and stakeholders in response to the needs and challenges of the times. The level of awareness of both the government and the private sector providing equal opportunities to children with special needs considerably increased. So there are many private schools institution that is offering opportunity to the children who are with disabilities. Then gifted and talented students. So there are three subgroups of children whose identity are both gifted and learning disabled. When you say gifted, these are the students who have what do you call this one? Students who have difference with their attitude or behavior. So the first one is those with the subtle learning disabilities that are formally identified as gifted. So these are the children have been formally recognized as gifted owing to their high levels of achievements or high IQs. The example for this is children may read or speak brilliantly while struggling to spell or hand. They are in very good in speaking, but when you write or spell to them, they cannot even do. So the second one is the average achievers whose normal level of achievement hides their learning disabilities. In this one, the children in group too often go unnoticed for either their giftedness or their learning disabilities, as their giftedness masks their disabilities and vice versa. They run a very real risk of never getting neither the help they need nor the recognition they deserve. So the example is advanced intellect to compensate for the difficulties in their learning disabilities. And the last one is children who have an identified learning disability and who are also gifted. So the children who are bright often struggle profoundly at school, hence being recognized as learning disabled. So these are the very real danger of missing out on their gifts entirely, because all the attention is being placed on what is wrong with them rather than trying to uncover their talents. As to the results, if talents are identified at all, they are often used merely as a tool to mitigate the child's weaknesses. So these are the child real danger, because they are not good in covering. Or in fact, teachers see what is the problem to the students. or what is the wrong with them. So these are the three recognized subgroups of children whose identity gifted are both gifted and learning disabled. So elements of a program for a student who is gifted and talented. So it is important to recognize the individual characteristics of schools and their communities in designing services for students who are gifted and talented. For example, students who are gifted and talented may benefit from the use of information technology, which will increasingly facilitate access to information sources and program and instructional opportunities not readily physically available in all communities. So there are many different programs for the gifted and disabled students who are given by our government. Not just our government, but also in the private sectors or private companies. Students from indigenous background. So one of the most important elements of indigenous teaching and learning revolves around learning how to learn. So tribal teachers begin teaching by building on the commonplace. So every tribal teachers, the first thing they do is to teach in their community first, in their own place. Then remember that learning is a natural instinct and that success in learning something new is tied to human feelings of self-worth. And indigenous teaching focuses as much on learning with the heart as on learning with the mind. So they are focusing on their work. They are teaching their own tribe not to just do that, but also to know what is the best for them in the future. And indigenous teaching facilitates learning how to see how one really is rather than an image manufactured through one's or others' egos. So indigenous teaching, they help each other to facilitate, to encourage, and study more so that they can improve themselves and help their family rather than giving themselves a high pride or egos that can damage their own self in the future. So that's all, and thank you for listening, classmates. Thank you, sir. So that is my topic, learners abilities and background.